I want to say up front, any clip I play, I don't own the rights to that content. It's for educational purposes only. Oscar De La Hoya has revealed what he wants next for Vergil Ortiz. Oscar feels that Vergil Ortiz has been in some tough fights lately. The Boachuk fight and the Majimov fight. And he does not want to run Ortiz into the ground. So here's Oscar De La Hoya talking about what plans he would like for Vergil Ortiz. Let's take a listen.
I don't know. I'm thinking about maybe doing a homecoming party for him in Dallas. Fight a top 10 guy, and then go after Fundora, then go after Crawford if he's gonna, come back down to 154 after he fights Canelo. I mean, imagine if we can put together a Spence Vergil fight in Dallas Stadium at the Cowboys Stadium. That'll sell out the place, and I think that's something to consider as well. So, some good options for Vergil.
I'm hearing something about Earl Spence or De La Hoya now. Supposed to be making, I don't know how true this is. It's all rumors and stuff, man. I'm seeing on these channels. But Earl Spence, don't come back, man, unless you need the money.
Headlines read, De La Hoya, Ortiz Jr. versus Spence at Cowboy Stadium, ? Now, I'm not going to lie. Both those guys from Dallas, it would be a big fight. But would it be competitive? Spence has been out for 2 years, and he does not do tune-ups. Not only that, Spence has never fought at 154. And Spence hasn't been back since that beating he took from Terrence Crawford. Terrence Crawford should have caught an assault charge for what he did to Errol Spence. I mean, he went in the ring and fronted like he was a fight Fundora, kind of cock-blocked Terrence Crawford's opportunity to fight Fundora. But at that point, we seen how big Spence was, and we knew he wasn't getting in the ring anytime soon. And Spence doesn't even have a trainer. So I agree with Tim Bradley. If you do not need the money, don't come back. Because the only reason I would see Errol Spence coming back is because he wants to get some more cattle and some chickens. He wants some more money. But Vergil Ortiz has nothing to play with. I think Vergil Ortiz will finish the job that Crawford started. But if Spence does come back, I think Spence needs a tune-up to see how it feels at the weight before jumping in against Vergil Ortiz. There's no tune-up stuff, does not work at 154, especially when you've been out the ring 2 years after that beating Crawford gave you. Spence fans is still sore about that. But with that being said, I'll believe it when I see it. It's just a rumor. I don't expect Errol Spence to come back unless he's hard up for money. But we shall see. Like I said, boxing is the theater of the unexpected.
And he said the offer was, derisory and...
Yeah, the offer's shit. He's done it like, you've got to reply in for 24 hours or we're moving to a different opponent. And it weren't Eddie, I think it's Eddie's lawyer who said it. So it's all smoke and mirrors, and then they put it out to the media. Listen, I'll take the Jaron Ennis fight 100%. Give me the right money and the right time, I'm there.
How much confidence do you think you take from a fight against Jaron Ennis?
Yeah, I've got a horrible style. He's got a horrible style, but I don't think he's ever boxed anyone similar to himself. Do you know what I mean? So,
well, it looks like Josh Kelly is out of Jaron Boots Ennis sweepstakes. Actually, he wants to fight Bakram, and he said Eddie Hearn gave him a low ball offer. The fight I wanted to see Jaron Boots Ennis make his 154 debut against was Keith Thurman. But if he's low-balling Josh Kelly, and remember, Keith Thurman turned down the Sheik, and Eddie Hearn does not have turkey money. So I doubt highly that Keith Thurman is going to like Eddie's offer. But stylistically, I think Keith Thurman will present some problems for Boots Ennis. So the next rumor out there, and I saw a lot of content creators jump on this, is Boots Ennis versus Jesus Ramos. Jesus Ramos is 23-1 with 19 knockouts. Yeah, he's more tailor-made for Boots Ennis, but he's a big, strong kid. And the only loss on his record is against Eric Salubin, which a lot of people thought he was robbed in that fight. Now, Jesus Ramos does not have the movement of Keith Thurman, but his size and his power could be problems with Boots Ennis. Boots has never been in the ring with a guy that size, and we know Jesus Ramos has power at 154. And also Ramos has that dog in him, And even though his style is tailor-made for boots, I think he's a better boxer than Stanionis and Roman Villa. He's also ranked in 4 organizations, 5 if you want to count the ring. And we know he has power at 154, but we do not know if Boots has power at 154. And matter of fact, I think at 147, his power was good, not great. I would not mind seeing this fight for Boots Ennis. I wouldn't even consider this a tune-up since Ramos is a top 10 fighter in 4 organizations. It's a much better fight at 154 for a debut, or you want to call it a tune-up, than fighting a Josh Kelly. That's just my opinion.
One thing is this. Talking about his fight with Bud Crawford, he said Bud is actually better than Floyd. What do you think about that?
Maybe he is. I mean, but one thing is this. You would always say that somebody that already beat you is better than the person that you're fighting, because you want to make yourself look like you're going to beat somebody that's better than everybody.
Well, I mean, don't you?
He want to make himself look like he did something great.
In 2013, Mayweather scored a majority decision over Canelo Alvarez. One judge had it a draw. I thought Floyd clearly won the fight, but that's what happens when you leave it to the judges. It's arguments both ways. Some people say Canelo was very young. He wasn't in his prime yet. He was still green. And some would argue on the other side that Floyd Mayweather wasn't in his prime at the age of 36. And I do believe 2 things could be right, because Canelo was young and still green, even though he had more fights than Floyd Mayweather. And I believe Floyd was still great, but he wasn't in his athletic prime anymore. So I bring this question to you. If Terence Crawford beats Canelo Alvarez on September 13th, who beats the better version of Canelo? Some people say when Floyd fought him, Canelo was clearly green, not in his prime yet. Some people say Terence Crawford is fighting Canelo on his downside of his career. And my opinion is this, not saying that Terence Crawford is greater than Floyd Mayweather. I'm going to lean towards Terence Crawford fighting the better Canelo Alvarez, because he's well seasoned, he's undisputed champion, his boxing IQ is much higher than when he fought Floyd Mayweather. And actually, Canelo says this. He says the loss to Floyd Mayweather, it wasn't a loss. It wasn't a loss. It was a learning experience. Not to mention his counterpunching. You got to understand, when Canelo fought Mayweather, he was very raw. Now Canelo is one of the best pound-for-pound fighters in the world. So I'm going to say Terence Crawford is fighting the tougher version of Canelo, especially moving up 2 weight classes. And not only that, this is another thing that makes him a tougher version than what Mayweather fought him. Don't expect to see the same Canelo against Skull and Berlanga and Munguia. I think Canelo is taking this fight serious, regardless of what people are telling you. He may not show the training videos or nothing like that. I think this Crawford fight got Canelo's juices flowing once again. I expect to see the Canelo that we haven't seen for years. So if Crawford wins this fight, he deserves full credit. But anyway, what are your thoughts? If Crawford beats Mayweather, who fought the better version of Canelo? Would it be Mayweather or Crawford? BC Sports, I'm gone.